What's up, this is JP75 Motorsports here, and welcome back to a shiny new intro. Yeah, I thought you'd like that. That was kind of inspired off of Angry Joe. If you've watched him, you know how badass an intro he has for all of his for all the games that he reviews. So I thought, why not do something kind of like what Angry Joe does? And besides, I think it adds sort of an epicness to this entire place. So anyway, yeah. What mods do I have in store for you today? Well, I've got three. The first one is the JaySuS Sword Pack from Skyrim Nexus. In fact, all of these are from Skyrim Nexus. And the JaySuS Sword Pack adds 53 new swords to Skyrim. 53! Obviously I'm not going to cover them all, but so I've gone through the screenshots and I've picked out a list of 5 that I thought looked really cool. I mean, these are like 5 of the coolest swords I have ever seen in Skyrim. So yeah, the first one is the Fine Bastard Sword. So yeah, there it is right there. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Here's what it looks like in first person, and if I can put it on my back and get my quiver off. See, look at that. Seriously, that is crazy. It's just wow. I mean, first of all, the shape is just extremely well done, and the texture, like, oh my, that's got to be 2048 by 2048 texture there. It just looks really cool. I mean, and there's just not much else to say. And it looks kind of like, to me, it looks kind of like a sort of less intricate version of the version of Ice from the book Game of Thrones back before Game of Thrones became a TV series. So yeah, I shall name it Ice. There we go. I now have Ice. So the second one is Dragonbrand. If we can get Sky UI to... Oh, sorry. Okay, so we'll just click it there. And yeah, same deal. It's got this sort of uneven looking blade that looks really cool. I really hate to be hit by it. And yeah, just just stare in awe at the textures. That really looks realistic. I mean, it looks like a sword that, it doesn't look like Dawnbreaker or anything that's just sort of so incredibly over the top crazy that it's not, that would not be possible to make in real life. This looks like something that you could actually take to maybe a real life forge, and make if you so chosen, if you had the required skill. So the next one is the Fine Crusader Sword, which doesn't have a... Oh yeah. Okay, so it's not a great sword. It's this one here. If I can maybe TFC and get a closer look at it. So yeah, that texture's holding up really close. I mean, look. how close that texture holds up. That's just crazy. And it's got that cross, that sort of crusader-like cross on it. Very nice. And yeah, really, you can tell that, you know, I mean, you can tell that the author tried to make these look somewhat realistic, but they still look freaking amazing. And they still look like you can just go somewhere and just make one. Like it would actually be physically possible in the real world, unlike some crazier sword mods out there. But yeah, that texture, you can get really close up to it and it'll still hold up. It won't get blurry or anything. That is incredible. Okay, so go back to third person there. And Khajiit Saber is up next. And this is a little bit more simplistic one. TFC1. Nothing too out of the ordinary. It's basically a saber, except it does have that little tooth, which, as far as I can recall, isn't on a normal saber sword, either in this game, in the mods, or in real life. So, yeah, that kind of makes it a little bit different. So it's not over the top detailed. It does have that very cool wood grain hilt there, and that sort of iron band going around it. So nothing out of the ordinary for this mod, but looks pretty cool still. And last but not least, by any means, is Shiavana. Yeah, there it is. Shiavana. There's really not much to be said. It has the look of an ancient Nord sword, because it's not so shiny, and it's just it's a lot of, well, it looks like it looks well worn. You can see by all those cuts on the edge. It appears to have been through many battles. And that's just insane that he would stick that sort of detail on that sword. And it's kind of like a pirate sword of some sabers, and that does have a guarded pommel there. So, yeah. So yeah, you may have noticed the armor set that I'm wearing. This is the Drow Armor Set on the Skyrim Nexus. The name of the author escapes me at the moment, but their name will be in the description below. So yeah, excuse me. Basically, what it does is it adds this really awesome looking, really awesome looking armor set to the game, and it does come with a mask and a cowl, both separate items, but for whatever reason they don't show up on my character. So yeah, all they do is remove my horns. Yeah, if you want to go and have a look on the Skyrim Nexus, you can see exactly how badass the mask and the hood look. So yeah, they don't have a version for beast races, at least for the cowl and the mask, and they also don't have a version of anything for females. They're working on it though. Yeah, so basically you can only you'll only get the full experience right now if you're a humanoid male. You can't be a Khajiit or an Argonian or female. So yeah, a couple of negative points there. So just give it a month or 2 months, and it'll be they should have those versions ready to go in the mod. And it doesn't add any sneaking perks that I know of, but does look really badass on sort of an assassin character. So yeah, if you're an assassin, if you like to play the game Assassin's Creed style, but don't want to look like an Assassin's Creed character, then there you go. And I'm afraid that we are going to badly need this this armor set, because we are going to go somewhere. Yeah, this is another new lands video. You thought I stopped making those after my first one? Well, I haven't. Just type in COC. You know what? Shut your eyes, and I'll tell you when to open them. You can open them now, because this is going to be a long loading screen. Anyway, so yeah, if you're a fantasy fan at all, I think you're gonna like this one. It's a fantasy world, and the books that take place in it, and the one movie, have a dragon, a blue dragon, as one of the main characters, and the other one is a human. They're fighting this evil king, sort of, Star Wars plot. But that doesn't make the books or the movie any less awesome. Okay, well, yes, it does make the movie less awesome, but the books, well, if you like fantasy, you'll like those books. Trust me, I've read all 4 of them. So yes, loading screen, it's time to... Okay, open your eyes now. Yeah, this is the Alagaesia Mod. I had a subscription to this mod on the Steam Workshop. Unfortunately, I don't think that version has been in development for quite some time now. But yeah, they are actively updating it on the Skyrim Nexus, so by all means go and give it a look. As you can see, it is very early work in progress. So yeah, the download of this thing is, oh my, it's 575 megabytes, half a gigabyte for one map. And as you can see, it's just the terrain. Just the terrain alone is 575 megabytes. Let that sink in for a moment. I had to wait over 30 minutes to get this friggin' thing, and it took forever to install. But the way it's going now, it definitely looks like it's worth it. This map is somewhere around 6 times the size, 5.5 to 6 times the size of Skyrim. So, hold on a moment, and I'm gonna get a calculator. Where is that? Where's my phone? Here it is. Okay, so bring up the calculator. My guess is this is gonna be some astronomical amount. Calculator. Yes. Okay, so Skyrim's map by default was, I think they said 16 and a half. 16.5 16 and a half square miles. And this is, okay, let's just go with 5.5 times the size. Times 5.5 equals 90.75 square miles of land. Whoa! Okay, seriously, I think that's actually bigger than the Guild Wars 2 world. I know for a fact that it's bigger than the World of Warcraft world. Just, wow, everything about this map is absolutely astronomical. Just, wow, 90.75 square miles of land to explore. Oh, think about that, ladies and gents. Just think about that. 90.75 square miles of land. Oh, okay. So as you can see, it's gonna be a frigging fantastic mod. I cannot wait for it to get all the way finished. In fact, they are. Last I checked, they are accepting people, who want to, who want to help the mod out, so people who want to, for instance, develop new cities, add NPCs, add quests. So yeah, if you want to help with the mod, because it's gonna take friggin' forever, then yeah, if you have any experience with the creation kit at all, then I highly suggest joining the development team and helping the rest of us Aragon inheritance nerds out by helping with this. As you can see, the landscaping is mostly done now. Really all they have left to do is some terrain painting, and obviously adding the cities, which will take quite some time. But yeah, so we are in the spine right now. Down there was Carvajal, and I believe if we keep going this way, we'll get to the Hatterack Desert. I don't know. Let's transform into a dragon here. I think I should be able to do that. So we can roleplay as Saphira. Okay. I don't see the become a dragon option. Or at least the options menu. So become ethereal. Okay, so I guess we'll just turn on the turbo here. Player.mod AV speed molt. Let's go with 1500. Now keep in mind that we are going to be moving at this through quite a fast pace, so it may seem a little bit smaller than it actually is. So yeah, sprint. Okay, there we go. We are flying now. Okay, so yes, I don't recognize this portion of land. I don't know. What was that island? That very Solstheim-like. Okay, it must be over there. That island that was visited, like, in the middle of the last book in the series? You remember which one I'm talking about, right? If you're not an inheritance nerd, then no worries. You can just look up on the inheritance wiki, I think. Yeah. It looks like they've gotten work started on it, but there's nothing really here yet. And um, I really doubt if they're going to get this island done anytime soon, because in the book, it was, there were described buildings that were literally miles big, just massive. So yeah, I don't think they're going to get it done anytime soon, to be honest. But it's a promising start. And if we can go around the side here, maybe we can get sort of a view. I just hope we're not moving at a pace too rapidly for Skyrim. You know what? TCL. I'm going to save here just in case. Just in case we crash, because moving at that sort of speed can crash the game. So TCL, and then straight up here, and yeah, holy crap balls, look at it all, just look at it all. This world is vast in every single conceivable way. Now, I hate to put a mod above Moonpath to Elsewhere as far as any category goes, but I honestly think that the Elsewhere team can take a couple of lessons from this. But, because the one single complaint that I do have with Moonpath to Elsewhere is that it is a little bit linear, so maybe they could expand it and just, because I would love to see Elsewhere developed by the Moonpath to Elsewhere team this size. That would be so boss. And as you can see, the distant terrain isn't quite finished yet, but hey, maybe that's something you can help out with too. So yeah, I wonder if we keep going maybe this way, we can get to the Hatterack Desert. It's kind of hard to believe, because for fantasy fans, young adult fantasy fans like myself, this is sacred ground almost. I mean, to me it's almost sacred ground on the same level as Westeros from Game of Thrones. And well, it's technically called A Song of Ice and Fire. The books are, at least, or the franchises. But anyway, so yeah, here we are in the Hatterack Desert. Again, the terrain paint isn't quite done yet, but it's going to be soon. So yeah, this is just a huge desert, and I wonder what's off over there. You know what? This weather is starting to annoy me because it's getting in the way. If I could just remember how to work the force weather cheat. Okay, we seriously just froze there. And again, so it does run a little bit laggy, and well, who can blame it really? Because it does have 90.75 square miles of land to friggin' deal with. This is Skyrim. It's built to barely be able to handle 16.5 square miles, and it's friggin' handling 90.75. Okay, I have a sneaking suspicion that my game is going to crash. It is going to itself and crash here in a second, so I'm going to TCL back on, and I'm going to call it an episode. So yeah, if you like Alagaesia, if you like the Inheritance series, if you like fantasy, then give this mod a look. is simply called Alagaesia. It's on Skyrim Nexus, being actively developed for a fact there, and it may be being actively developed on the Steam Workshop. Can't be too sure. It would be worth looking into, though. But yeah. So the other mods, JaySuS, the Drow Armor Set and JaySuS Sowrds Set, both awesome mods. And maybe you can combine them. Combine these three mods in the future. Take the Fine Bastard Sword and the Drow Armor Set, and heck, you can even take Become a Dragon, or the Flyable Dragon Races mod, which I don't have installed, at the moment. And you can take them and combine them, and you can basically start your, you can basically just have fun. Fly around Saphira, why not? And land and become Aragon. I mean, come on. And you've got swords that look like they should be in Game of Thrones. Heck, why don't you even just find a Game of Thrones, like a armor set or something, and just, just play the quintessential fantasy nerd. But anyway, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like these mods, then the links will be in the description below if you want to go and give them a download. All three of them deserve endorsement. And if you like the video, comment, fave, subscribe, do all that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, and by the way, concerning the next video, yes, I know I say at the end of it that Moonpath to Elsewhere will be next. I've decided to hold off on Moonpath to Elsewhere for a special occasion, for like my 100th subscriber, my 100th video, or something equally special, and I'll make sure to do an awesome custom intro for it as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys around. GP75 out.